What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Elemental Royale video with me, Broccoli. Today we are going to be talking about the entire storyline of this little Battle Royale map for Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. We are not going to be discussing pre-chapter / Chapter 0 because it was scrapped and the storyline wasn't really going well, so we're not going to be talking about that. And so let's just get right into the storyline. I don't want to waste any more time. So let's start all the way back into Chapter 1. There was an ordinary island. Everything was fine. Everything was normal. That was Season 1. Then we go into Season 2. And this is where we have the ice element come in. Now, the ice element, it's pretty much just sitting there, but it wants to take territory of the island. Right before Season 2, there was an ominous bright light in the sky. It was either white or blue, and we were all questioning what it was. Then when Season 2 came, the bright light arrived on the island, and it turns out that was the ice element. It created all sorts of snow and ice everywhere. It even created zombies at one point to defend its territory, but it never really progressed. It made a few icebergs and stuff like that, but it wasn't really impacting the island that much. Then we go on to Season 3. Now this is where things kind of kicked in. We had the fire element, or lava, whatever you want to call them. This element pretty much just brought an entire volcano and little lava pool to the island, and this kind of took over most of the island because there wasn't really much going on. And with this volcano, the fire element just wanted to do the same thing, take over territory, try to control all of the island. But then when Season 4 came, that's when everything was kind of collapsing. You had the corruption element coming into play, and it kind of took off on the right side portion of the map, and it was kind of taking over everything. All the elements that I'm explaining to you, they are just doing this to take over territory, and they're kind of fighting each other over it, because of course you can't just team up with somebody and then make it your own territory. That just doesn't how it works with them. So they're pretty much fighting over each other of who gets the land, so they pretty much battle it out, who gets it and who doesn't. And so there's the corruption element. It made 3 floating islands, which kind of changed things up a bit, and it also brought in zombies and just trying to defend the territory, but to also take down the other elements' areas. But then you got Season 5, which is where Dusty Dunes came into play. This is the desert element, and this is where everything kind of just was getting out of control. So Dusty Dunes, favorite POI by the way, it pretty much just sat there. It didn't really have any guards, nor did it have anything that would kind of change everything up. It was just a place where there was like a desert, mine, buildings, cactuses, and all that. It didn't really seem like a danger, but it's still trying to take over sectors for many reasons, which is just to take over. And then the final season of Elemental Royale, which is Season 6 of Chapter 1, and this is where the Void settled down onto the island and then was just pretty much destroying the whole elements. And the elements did not like that. They were weakened, and they couldn't really take over territory anymore because there was like a barrier that just couldn't let them deploy their territory because of the Void. And so the Void is pretty much like the Abyss, except it is evil. It is non-stop darkness and chaos, and there's really no stopping it. But that's why we never give up, because there's an organization called the Expedition, and what they do is they protect the island and everything on it and everything in it. And so they've been trying to stop the elements for a long time, and they used the weather station as a notification to let them know if something bad is coming to the island. And of course, all these elements, including the void, was very bad. And so at first it didn't seem like a big deal when elements came through, because he wanted to make peace, but he never spoke with them. And by he, I mean expedition. So when the void came, they tried to make peace, but the void just didn't listen, and the elements were just too weak to even respond. So the expedition, the team is going to try to take down the void, because that's pretty much the only thing they can do, because they now realize it's corrupting the island and it's making everyone disappear. It's eliminating everyone. It's making everything unhealthy and all that stuff. And so they make this device that was going to destroy the void, but that means it would end up destroying the island. So they had to make a sacrifice. They had to do it because they had nothing else left to try to stop the void, because it was so powerful. And so now what they had to do, they had to activate the device. It shot a laser up into the sky, and it pretty much just destroyed the entire island along with the void in it. And the abyss was safe. Now, going back to what the abyss is, it's pretty much the void, but it's happier. It's like a white, endless reality full of other different worlds. And you also, these butterflies that just fly around, make sure everyone's okay, and so it's pretty much the protector of all realities. So we don't know what the abyss is in general. It's pretty much just a wide area of light and joy, but it also keeps other different realities / worlds / islands in it to just keep everything stable and to not let everything become destroyed. And so that's what that is. And so pretty much what's happening right now is, on the chapter 2 map, we've had aliens, we've had all sorts of stuff, but we also don't know is that what's still in the abyss, what is going on, like how are things appearing and disappearing, and what is for the future of this island. Well, going back to chapter 2 season 1, everything was fine. It was pretty much chapter 1 season 1, and then you go on to chapter 2, and this is where the aliens showed up, ran out of ideas, and they pretty much were going to do something to the island, but no one knew what. They were pretty much just unpredictable and very strange. So the expedition takes this as a threat, and they plan to destroy the hovering mothership that is above the island. And so to protect the island, they built these giant military bases, stealthy stronghold, the base, and the other landmark that I didn't name. But that was pretty much their artillery. But they really didn't need help, because the spaceship suddenly just went down. Like, it literally crashed onto the island, and that was the end of it. So the expedition is really confused, because they pretty much just made all that artillery for nothing, and now they're getting kind of annoyed. So how did the spaceship go down? Well, I'm about to tell you. The spaceship went down because of the abyss. It pretty much just did the job for the expedition, but they don't know that. They pretty much just stopped the island ship, and that fast, that quick. And so they're just really confused. They don't know what's going on. And so now you also have season 3. This is the aftermath of what happened in season 2. All the military bases are gone, which was a waste to the expedition. The spaceship is just lying on one of the artillery bases, stealthy stronghold, and half of the building is gone because it crashed down. And nothing really else changed. But you also had something that came out of the spaceship, which is the 0 point. And we knew this island had a 0 point. Every reality has it. And when chapter 1 ended, we were floating in the abyss, or per se flying in the abyss, trying to find a new world, and that's when we turned around and we saw a reality that we were just flying into. And then here we arrive on the chapter 2 map. And so that's pretty much, that's not where the 0 point lies, but 0 points is what keeps reality stable, and that's what the Abyss was trying to do. It was trying to stop the Void from destroying realities by destroying the 0 points. And so this map right here that we have already has a 0 point. It is currently healing itself in season 4, but in season 3 it was exposed, it was cracked, it was unstable, it was floating high in the air with its rays just coming out of it, and so it was trying to heal itself, but it couldn't do that, so it had to go back in the ground. With the Abyss's help, the butterflies and all that, they decided to heal this 0 point and pretty much just keep it stable and not let anything bad happen to it. And as you can see, the 0 point is doing pretty fine. It's all healed up now. It's contained, the containment right here, and it's doing pretty well. And it's all not cracked anymore. Everything's fine. And pretty soon it's going to go back into the ground where it should be, and it's going to be okay. And now the expedition is pretty much just sitting here on the island, just waiting for something to happen, because there hasn't been really any fighting since season 2. But just to prepare, in case of an emergency, they're going to build a base somewhere, and that will definitely come in handy. So pretty much this has been the entire storyline. So now I'm going to talk about some Season 5 leaks of Elemental Royale, so please just hang tight. If you don't want spoilers, then you can click off this video, but I do have one thing to mention. The one thing that's having everything pop up, disappearing, and reappearing is the 0 point. It just controls everything. It can even bring back old things, like from your memories and stuff. It can do all that kinds of stuff. And so it could bring back the elements, it could bring back the void, it could bring back something new. Well, really, just create something new, maybe bring the aliens back. Who knows? It could do anything. And with it being exposed, that could cause some damages to it. And pretty much bring back some bad stuff. And so, yeah. So now we're going to talk about some Season 5 leaks. And so, yeah. So, Hasty Heights, this is where the expedition is going to prepare to build their new base. So this is just in case of emergency. They're not going to get rid of it. Hasty Heights has been here since season 1, and that was a long time ago. It was like 6 months ago, and I know it doesn't seem that long, but trust me, it was a while ago. So this is where they're going to put their base and artillery, just so that way it doesn't get destroyed automatically and not put it all out in the open. And so Hasty Heights has always been here since season 1 of chapter 2, and nothing really has changed with it besides the river turning pink and making everything corrupt. And really nothing has happened since then. But since Hasty Heights is kind of just sitting there, not doing anything, it's pretty much a good place to build artillery, because that no threat will probably expect them there, and especially since it's behind two waterfalls and it's in like a cave, and so this would be pretty perfect for their artillery base. So that is what you can expect in season 4. And as I said on my live stream just yesterday, the theme of the season is going to be jungle theme, since it's springtime and I don't want to go straight into summer. And so pretty much what's going to happen is most of the snow is going to get taken away, such as snowy slopes, trap towers, an ice ring, and some of the snow at Lucky Loadout. The vast village is going to stay. I might expand it because on the map it looks kind of weird with the shape and stuff, so I'm probably going to fix that. And so yeah, this The next season's gonna be pretty cool. I am adding wildlife, or planning on adding wildlife into the game. There's also a new character coming to the island that's gonna be pretty big to the storyline. And he's just gonna build a little hut. I'll try to make a little trailer for that. And I also want to say sorry for not making the update trailer. I've just been busy with the channel and all that good stuff, so sorry for not putting that out, but I think I might do it in season 5 because it might still work. And so yeah, and so the new character that's coming in, he'll pretty much be selling stuff, like maybe some weapons, or like maybe some new weapons, or just some mats or coins or anything really. And so he's gonna be hanging out somewhere on the island that you can make purchases from. He might even carry a mythic, just saying. And I'm also gonna plan on adding a mythic in Hasty Heights. And so yeah, you could expect maybe a few more vaults in the season, and wildlife, if it does get added in, I think that will make the game more interesting. I'm not gonna make him too overpowered like it is in the actual BR, but I do plan to make it pretty basic and pretty fair for other players. And the jungle, it's gonna probably take over snowy slopes and seasonal suburbs. And seasonal suburbs, I might change some of the buildings, may or may not. But there will be vines everywhere and bushes. Same with Chaotic County. I might add in like maybe a few huts in where Trap Towers is. An ice ring, I do not know yet, but I think I might put something. And I'm gonna keep Lucky Loadout. The containment, the only thing that will change about it is pretty much the 0 point just being in the ground. So pretty much all you'll see is just what you see right now, except the 0 point will be there. It'll just be like pink water. And so, kind of a shame, but I'm not ready to put anything into this yet. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I have on the top of my head right now. I still don't know when I'm adding when season 5 will come in. I think it might come in maybe in late January. I'm not sure, but I am excited for it, and I hope you guys are too. So that's gonna be the end of this video. Please leave a like, that's always appreciated, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good day. Peace out.